Welcome to a MainelyDIY.com video.
Hi, today I'm going to be talking about yarn needles and what the different types are, and going to experiment with some that I haven't really tried before, so let's see how it works out. So I'm just going to kind of push these aside, and I'm going to start with this one. I'm not going to actually use this one. It seems like it's kind of big for my project. The eye is quite large, and it's quite long. So I'm not going to use this one just because of the sheer size of it for what I'm working on. So I'll put that one aside. This yarn needle. What I am concerned with this needle is there's a widened spot here that's not a very smooth transition. So I'm thinking that my yarn could get caught up in that. It looks subtle, but you know, it could hang things up, especially if you were using a finer yarn. And again, this is a plastic needle. Plastic's nice, cheap, affordable, light. One of the places that I usually break a yarn needle is right there. But we will try out this yarn needle. So I've got quite a long tail here because I'm going to clip it off as I do progressive work on this, because it's not a fair comparison to have the yarn all frayed when I'm doing the different needles. So I am going to thread my needle, and I'm going to just work it in a sample piece here that I've got. And so I'm just working the yarn in through. I find a little bit of resistance there with the catch, with that transition of the eye. That's could be a problem. It's not really with what I'm working on right now, but if I had my choice, I probably wouldn't pick this one. Just see, I'm getting hung up there with that transition. So that to me is a problem. So I'm going to take that one off, and I'm going to try a one that has a smoother transition. So I'm going to thread that, but then I'm going to show you something about dangers of a plastic needle. This one's the one I've been using in other videos, and see, I kind of messed up the point on that one. What I did was I actually ran over it with the wheel of my chair and kind of messed that one up. But I'm going to ignore that for right now and not count that against this particular needle. So I am pulling it through. I don't have that resistance that I had on that one because of the smoother transition. So if I had to pick between those two yarn needles, I would definitely pick this style over this one just because of the catch in the eye. Okay, so now that we're talking about eyes, here's a totally different option. It's plastic, and you can gently widen it, so that's going to make it really easy to thread my yarn through, even if it's quite frayed, like I've kind of frayed it there. So that makes life pretty easy with that. So I really like that feature. I could see where it might be a bit prone to breakage just if you're not careful and pull too hard, but let's see how it sews through my work. It sews through quite nicely because you have that flexible eye that you know, it squishes down when it needs to, so that makes it flow pretty smooth, and you can kind of slide your yarn wherever you want it. So I'm finding I'm really liking this one. It isn't something that I've used really before, so like I said, I think that is an option for future times. So now I'm going to unthread that needle, and I'm going to clip off this braided mass here. And I'm going to go with my metal yarn needle. Less likely to break. The eye is a smooth transition. It's got a blunt point. So I'm going to thread that. And it runs through really quite smoothly. I think if I wanted to get a certain place with my yarn needle, this might be a little bit better than the plastic ones because the point is a lot sturdier. And of course you're not going to break it like I did on that plastic one. So I really like the metal one too. The eye on this one's not quite as wide. They come wider, but this one just didn't happen to be that wide. Now I've got another one that I've never really used before. A friend gave me this to try out, so I'm going to try that one out now. See how that has that bent point on that one? So I am going to thread my yarn. So I've got my yarn threaded, and I am just going to work that one through. And you know, I think I'm going to really like this blunt point, because if I wanted to pick up this piece of yarn, say, and work under that lets me pick it up really, really easily and well. So I like that really well. Let's do a review. So we'll start with the way we started before. You just want to use one that matches your project, so this one wouldn't work for me. This one, I didn't like how there wasn't a smooth transition between the needle and the eye, so that wasn't so cool. This one has a nice smooth transition, but it is plastic needle and it is subject to damage more than anything else. This one came up quite as a winner. It's kind of a non-traditional one, but I really do like that you can get a frayed piece of yarn in there. If you had a short tail, we could put that in here, because you see, if we tried to do it with a regular needle, you know, it's that my tail's too short to thread it and then get it through, so I'd have to put it through my work and then thread it. This one, I can work that really short tail through, so that is a feature I am really liking, and being able to put a frayed piece in. So as far as plastic needles go, I think this is my winner, in my opinion, but it's kind of a choice. And then for metal, I do like the metal because you can get your stitches quite well. This is a traditional. This one has a bit of a bent point here. See right here, the point is bent. The metal needles are nice because they're firm at the point. They're not going to break on you. They are blunt points, so it isn't like you're going to stick yourself with them that easily. But this bent point is really nice for picking up a little piece of stitch on a former row or something like that. So between those two, I would choose the one with the bend. And so I think these two are my winners. That's my 2 cents on yarn needles. So you have a great day. I hope you are enjoying our videos, and please feel free to comment. We'd love to hear it. Thank you. Bye-bye.